Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate your support of the channel. Support the channel. Here we are. Nona Manidus. Nona Manidus. I did it wrong again. Nona Manidus is back in his T28. Hold on. All right, there you go. There's your daggum tank types. T28 prototype. A prototype of the T28. Something that was never built. I don't even know if this is real. I don't even know if this was a real prototype. You know, we have some of those, right? We have prototypes and napkin tanks. And then we have some prototypes and napkin tanks made up by Wargaming. That were not even prototypes and napkin tanks, other than by Wargaming. I think this is one of those, actually. I'd have to look it up. Anywho. Sort of looks like a T28 with a turret, though, right? It's got that kind of T28 body down there, but they've lobbed a turret on top of it. I don't even know if that's possible, if the physics work out for that or what. I assume so. But this is a great tank. A great tank. He is top tier in a 357. And this is basically a heavy. This tank is a heavy. Do not drive this tank like it is a TD. Do not hide in the back with this tank, especially in a situation like this where a Comet is right in front of you. This poor guy. Now the Comet's kind of smart. Go forward and go forward, go forward. Oh, that'll work. At least you can't get by it. You did give your side armor. I'd have gone right at him and punched him in the face with the hole. The reason he does not want him to get beside him is the turret traverse is terrible on this thing. And it might have a hard time. It's got pretty good depression, so I don't think the Comet was going to be able to get next to him and not be shot. Which is what you might be able to do with, say, a Japanese Super Heavy or something. But the side of the T28 is extremely soft. And he just really did not want that guy to get beside him. I am standing beside myself. He does not want that. The IS is actually going to have a hard time penning him, although if he does dab number 2, there are some places. Let's talk about that just for a moment. See the flat spots right there on the turret, right there and right there? Those are pretty easy to pen. The mantlet's pretty strong. That's pretty well angled, if not very thick. But those flat spots, the front armor is really pretty thick, and the lower plate is, excuse me, relatively thin in a weak spot. So here comes this guy. He's raging forward. What's his plan? Yeah, I'd have met him in that opening and not let him get by. There you go. So you actually damaged your gun. The other thing you'll notice with this tank, see how slow that... Did you notice that? How slow the turret was to bring the Pipper over where he wanted? He had moved his mouse to where he wanted to shoot, but the turret was slowly following to where the mouse was pointing. It's a very slow turret, so you do have to watch that. However, you play it a lot like a TD, especially in a game like this, and I've talked about this a lot. You've got to assess what is the match I'm in, what is my tier position, and what do I need to do to help this team win. In this case, you've got to be up front punching face with this thing because there just isn't another tank on the enemy team that can trade it punch for punch. The RHM, if he can remain unseen, obviously can dish out some hurt, but the overall package of being able to get forward with some decent frontal armor and have at them, well, that is owned exclusively by Nona in his T28 on this map. If you look at the enemy, the only tank that really had any kind of chance like that is already dead, the IS. This guy is thinking, oh geez, now I'm all on fire. This tank is on fire. All right. My singing is so good, man. Sometimes I just sit back and wonder how I got so good at singing. Down goes the KV-85. Are we going to get a shot? Uh-oh, I don't know about this. Dane, there you go. Yeah, I would. You can see him thinking about it. He's like, I really want this artillery dead, but I feel like if I go too far forward this way, all these dudes are going to shoot me in the side, and I think you're right. Now, this is an SA thing a little bit, if you can think about it, while you're doing it. These are pretty busy. They're lit, right? That means all of this is seeing them, and they're probably fairly busy shooting at these guys, but it only takes a couple of them turning around and saying, ooh, we're going to have a nice, juicy side shot on this T28 as he comes out. So you've got to be careful there. And then he goes, puts his back to him. There. Oh, finally he noticed what's going on over there. Mr. RHM is about to eat a shot. You got to zoomed right in because you had that shot for a while. There he goes. Down goes the RHM, and to be quite honest, that is the last of the enemy, minus the Centurion if he can get in a good position. That's going to give our hero Nona any kind of trouble. The Hellcat did thump him good in the back. This is it. See how slow it traverses? He did a nice job turning his hull and his turret at the same time, that's going to give you more traverse. Yeah, there you go. Just square up to the poor Hellcat. And he's going to bounce. He's going to have a lot of trouble going through the front of a T-28 prototype. Here's a skill to have. It's a small thing, but think about it. He's hiding behind a building, but it's a destructible building. So really what you want to do here is just go through the building, knock it down, and then shoot this guy. Or if he makes a runner and tries to go out from behind it, do that. And then knock down the building, because why not? Got an MT over there, a Centurion. It's really all over but the shouting. He was on a mission that he needed 4,800 for. It looks like he's not going to get it quite. I don't think he had any blind shots. It was pretty close, though. He just about got his TD8 done, so he's trying to get a shot on the Centurion. Then we got the MT-25. I don't know. I think the MT-25 can come back from this. What do you guys think? Is he pretty close? No, he's not. 8 kills. 8, was that Radley's? I think that's a Radley Walters. I believe so. 4,290 damage, 1,120 assist, 1,830 bounced. And Nona did exactly what you need to do. Top tier. Yep. A lot of people say, Guido, don't show top tier face rolls. Those are boring. The point of that, though, is for win rate and overall gameplay, when you get into a situation like this, yes, he's in a TD, but had he gone to the back of the map and sat there, they may have still won because their team kind of rolled him up, but still, he had 8 kills of that, right? 4,290. So maybe not. Maybe the enemy gets an advantage on his team, and then he's overwhelmed at the end because he sat in the back. He chose not to do that. He took his top-tier tank that was in the right situation, put it in the right place on the map, which happened to be, hey, diddle, diddle, straight up the middle. That's a great place for heavies to fight on this map. And he did exactly what he needed to do to cause the face roll. And this is a subject that a lot of people don't think too much about. They come to the forum and they say, oh, so many face rolls, it's just rigged, blah, 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 blah. Well, in this case, the right player did the right thing and helped perpetuate the face roll, right? He helped perpetuate. He was where he needed to be. The enemy team was not where they needed to be. Could have been just because they didn't know where to be. Could have been they looked at the matchup and said, well, I don't want to meet the T-28 prototype in the middle. Screw that. And the Centurion went, I'll go work the flank and try to eventually collapse in on him. But that didn't work out because Nona went to the right place and ate up everything that got in front of him right there. So it's pretty dynamic. There's a lot of that going on. This face roll didn't happen just because there were a bunch of good players. I don't even know what the skill of the players are on the two teams, to be quite honest. It could very well be that Nona's team was much better. It could be that they were worse. But the fact of the matter is that he put the right tank in the right spot, in the right tiering at the right time, and that is what perpetuated a face roll, right? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. As always, we will see you.